Good morning. Welcome to Eat Your Backyard. Back by popular demand, the Walk and Talk podcast. If you're new to the channel, this is something I've been doing for years. I walk around neighborhoods, typically in Florida, and check out what we have going on, see what people are doing. We start right off with a nice little clump of aloe. One of my favorite varieties. We see this a lot. There's really 5 different kinds of aloe that are very prevalent here. This is an old neighborhood, Galley, Florida. It's been around for a long time. And we actually have some houses that are older than 100 years old here, which in Florida is not that common unless you're in a place like St. Augustine. I thought I'd come over here and take a look. Oh, look at this. It's a quaint little house. They've got a couple mango trees rocking in the front yard. Love to see that. The alamanda. That sure is a cool thing right there. The alamanda. By the way, little note about the alamanda is that these are great for pressed flowers. They actually maintain the yellow pigment in the flower really well. And here's a little park. Very little park. Sometimes you find interesting things growing on the perimeters of these parks. So I'd like to come check them out. Wow, that's a Japanese yew tree, an old one growing in the shade. I bet you they planted that when it was a sunny spot here. Look at how old that thing is. It's covered with Spanish moss. Absolutely covered. I think the Spanish moss has medicinal properties. But once it gets all over a tree like this, definitely impact the growth of the tree, but also looks really cool. You can see it's just on everything here. Not sure what that tree is. Zamia, relative of the cardboard plant. I'm told you can eat the roots of this, but I've never tried. Oh, and look at that. That's a mango tree. Mango tree growing out of that. Interesting. Very interesting. Very old graveyard over here. Houston Cemetery. Wow. $1889. Interesting. 1823. Wow. This looks to be the Houston family graveyard here. See, some of these, they just marked it with smaller stones. It's interesting. Imagine how hard it would be to get a tombstone back in 1820s in Florida. This was a very remote area, of course, in those days. So interesting. Of course, the Scheffalera, the umbrella tree. Stoked to have this new phone. Hopefully it gives a little bit better clarity. What do we have here? Is that a tamarind tree, folks? Is that a massive tamarind tree? I can't tell. No, I don't think it is. Nope, it's not. If anybody can identify this, let me know. Very interesting looking. course, the bromeliad in the shades. Quaint little spot. Twin Oaks. Beautiful. Old growth oaks. Amen. Ooh. There you go. Love to see the edibles. Rather large banana. I'm not sure what type that is, but that is a gigantic sized banana. Usually what we see are the smaller finger banana type bananas growing in people's yards. That one is rather large, or just well fertilized. Nope, sorry. Almost got run over. You know, the white picket fence never gets old. That's in home and drugstore. Wow. Sea grapes. No ripies. Oh wow, look at this corner. That is so cool looking. The bamboo underneath, looks like a Bismarck palm down there. I love the understory palm. Here they get a fishtail palm. Very cool. Looks like they might even have a piccabean palm there. These old growth oaks are just so cool looking. Oh, look at that mango tree loaded with mangoes. Gardenia bush there, a couple white gardenias. Beautyberry, Florida blueberry. Yeah, these little berries in here get purple. Florida native coffee. Lush, green, beautiful. And these little houses that are in here are so cool. I can't imagine living here as a hurricane goes through though. Let's just have branches raining down everywhere. And you notice that you don't see a lot of fences. I wonder if they've got it zoned so you can't have a 6-foot fence here. Although I do see one over there. It just seems like people prefer to have the lower fences, maybe. Triangle palm and a giant areca. Look at the size of that areca. It may be the biggest areca I've ever seen. I think it's massive. All right, they're nice. Variegated Schefflera. I almost want to say this is guava, but no. Seems like it could be. Not exactly sure what shrub that is. Ah, the Mexican petunia. Classic. This one's so easy to grow from a cutting. You take any little piece of this and plant it, you're going to have Mexican petunia forever. And one of the recent things that I discovered about Mexican petunia is that chickens love to eat them. So it's really a useful plant in addition to being pretty. For years I had thought of it as something that had invaded my yard. Now I look at it as a resource. What do we have here? By the way, thank you for watching, and go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of stuff. Looks like we got families. Hey, Rob G. So we got families heading out onto the river today. I get the right idea. On it early. Say hi. Classic Florida. Get the 10-year-old driving the boat. Dad's holding on to the steering wheel too. This makes me want to take my boat out today. Carolina Skiff 21. That's a classic. I call that the backbreaker boat because it has the potential to slam you about 1,000 times. You see these houses over here? A classic boathouse with a boat garage underneath. Love that. Pretty nice. Oh, I got a dude coming along with a sup. What's up? Sup fishing. Morning. All right, show must go on. I'm pretty glad I took this walk today. If you like these kinds of videos, give it a thumbs up. That helps me know to keep doing them. They need to install a cough button on YouTube. I would love to be able to mute the occasional clearing of the throat. Ah, Vinca minor. Vinca minor. Love it. Very common periwinkle. Vinca minor, stinka vinca. I always talk about it because it's just so cool. It smells horrible when you pick it, which is why I call it stinka vinca. Ah, yes. Ixora. Took me a moment to conjure up what this one was, but look at those beautiful Ixora flowers. Hey, Vasily. Welcome aboard. Thanks for jumping on the stream. Appreciate you. Good morning to you. Yeah, I like this. The one problem I have with this particular plant is just it can get real, kind of, I guess they call it leggy. It just has a lot of, it's hard to keep trimmed in any way that makes sense. I think the way to grow this is just to grow it full size. That pooch likes me. That pooch likes me. Ooh, really cool. Now this, if you know frangipanis, then you know that you need to stop and check out what kind. That's a really unique kind with the orange in the middle, the purple on the outside. That's a very interesting variety. And it's the kind that you could tell that gets rather large. So Plumeria frangipani, a classic. And you can see they've hat racked it or stubbled it like this. That's really good to do, actually. It's gonna grow 2 more shoots here. And they're obviously keeping this beauty well maintained. Well, there we go. And here's more of that Ixora. You can't beat that beautiful red color. These shrubs are known to attract ants. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that you could probably expect it. Ah, Confederate jasmine. You've got everything here. This is such a cool house. Confederate jasmine. No jasmine blooming on it yet. Ooh, I just spotted something cool. Look over in there. This clump here is variegated ginger. What a cool thing to put right there. See, it does well in the shade. I like how they've got that little shed there. Oh, it looks like they might have some chickens. I see fencing. And I see a hen house. I see an egg thing on this shed. I can see where the nesting boxes are. Yep, that's a chicken. Doesn't look like there's any chickens around there, but love to see it. In my area, they actually legalized chickens in your backyard. So at least in Brevard County, Florida, you're able to have 4 chickens. No, sorry, 6 chickens, I believe it is, in your backyard. Yeah, you'd have to check the regulations, but the point is you're allowed to have chickens, which was a major thing. To me, it's incredible that you could live in a world where they have outlawed having sweet little hens. And it's almost like you remove people's core ability to feed themselves if you don't do that. If they wanted to feed themselves, I mean, the choice to do it. Wow. Another just really cool looking house. I love the way people maintain their stuff around here. So beautiful. But look at that areca along the line. That's a common application. It's where you use it as a fence, a green fence. Love the white picket fence here. This is one of those PVC fences. But even the PVC, it's gonna get the mildew on it pretty fast, but they keep it looking rather nice. Well, I think this one says no outlet, but let's just go no outlet. Sometimes you gotta go no outlet. Sometimes you go full outlet. Hey, good morning, Camel. Good to see you on the stream. You know what these are. Giant lilies. You see they've got ants doing their farming. Beautiful. Giant lilies, so easy to go. Crinum, I think is what they call them, crinum lilies. It's a great option. And by the way, you can grow them so easily. Oh, you had a pissed off hummingbird. Yeah, those little suckers are aggressive. If you got something they think they need. I've had one come and peck at a canteen. When I was a kid, I had this orange canteen. We were hiking in the Rocky Mountains, and I had hummingbirds, 2 or 3 of them, come up and just start basically pecking away at the canteen, which probably looked like the sweetest flower they've ever seen. Oh yeah. Every step reveals more and more cool stuff on this turn. I'd say that the dead ends and the side spaces of the world are not to be ignored. Look at this, another beautiful plumeria. The white with the yellow in the center. Several subtypes like that, but also lots of bananas. Nice little banana clump. This is the way to do it, and plenty of bananas right hanging over the street, ready to be picked. Oh, here we have emerald bamboo, I believe, clumping. This is a bambusa variety. Love to see the bamboo. I had a real obsession with bamboo years ago. Planted 12 different varieties in the yard. That was fun, but it let me learn. Yep. I think this is emerald bamboo from the looks of it. It really does make for a good backdrop. And this kind of bamboo, the bambusa variety, since it clumps, of course, it's a lot easier to maintain, but don't be fooled. It's still going to grow out in a way that is incomprehensible in terms of trimming. It's just slowly going to creep out. But when the canes are so tight like this, I like that. For me, you get more bang for your buck in the bamboo experience, because when they're spaced out, they just seem to spread too fast. Like the rate of the clump expansion is beyond what is reasonable. But I bet you this one's been here for a long time. How cold hardy is emerald bamboo, asks Camel. Yeah, I would say it thrives in this area, which gets an occasional freeze. And I have seen it as far north as Daytona Beach, which does get freezes more so than here. It's above the subtropical line. So I'd say you could confidently grow it in subtropical conditions, but I don't know the lower range of it. I like the application here on the fence. It provides them with a lot of privacy, actually. Oh, look at this. They're letting the strangler fig grow. Yeah, well, there's so many factors to consider with what type of bamboo to get, but I don't think I would pick emerald bamboo just because there's more interesting varieties that have the same kind of characteristics, which would be like a medium-sized clump height, tight spacing between the canes. But I would get one that has a more interesting looking cane, like Laco, which is a black bamboo, or Alphonse Carr, which has variegation in it, like a yellow and green variegation. So I would just pick something more interesting. But hey, not such a bad thing that your bamboo might get killed back, in my opinion. Because from what I found, it keeps coming. Look at this. Very, very interesting variety of plumeria here. This is the kind with the round leaf, and for those who love plumeria, that's a special thing. And you can tell, they've got 2 of them. Wow, nice. Oh, hey, look, this premise is protected with video surveillance. Fancy. Here's the purple crinum, an oyster plant growing out of the coquina rock. And you can see the purple crinum has the same general color to the flowers. Just a very slight purpleness to it, but otherwise it's, I think, a better variety to get than the white. But similar, maybe have both. But my opinion is that these purple giant lilies get much bigger than the white. Look at that, it's emerging from the bud. Giant flowers. Yeah, the bromeliads. That's a good example. Here's the white lily. Here's the purple lily. the comparison. Ooh, white Ixora. Yeah, it's white, orange, red, all types of Ixora, but you can see, you know, we saw the red variety back there. Now we're taking a look at the white variety. I don't have a lot of experience with the white variety. Ah, this is truly a cool thing to see. Look at that. Bromeliads blooming. Beautiful flower. Oh, construction going on here. Oh, wow. What a cool palm. Not sure exactly what variety that is. Mexican fan palm? No. I don't know. The thing is, look at the size of the stalk on that frond. That is amazing. Really, I'm curious what that is. Very interesting. All right, let's see what we have here. It's an odd conglomeration of technologies coming together to... Ah, there's a guy down on a kayak there, you see him? Yeah, okay. Yeah, a dome palm? D-O-U-M? Interesting. Hey, good morning. Guy out for a nice little kayak paddle. You know, when you see people out doing that kind of stuff in the morning, I could be doing that every single morning. I get that FOMO, fear of missing out. But I'm not missing out. Ooh. Some sort of sewer technology, certainly. Ah, the natal plum. The natal plum. Love the natal plum. I always like to show the thorn on the natal plum. Look at that thorn. Look at that thorn. Pretty brutal, but I do love me some natal plums. There's one. Not ripe. And of course, I would never pick another person's natal plum without permission. Yeah, there it is. So that palm leaf structure is absolutely incredible. The length of this palm frond, I'm not joking, it's got to be 9 feet, 10 feet long. That is really incredible, especially how it grows up through the tree, and to have a couple smaller ones. This year I'm going to be on the hunt for palm trees that I want to experiment with growing, having seeds on them. Thinking of doing a series where I grow several types of palm trees from seeds. Wow, the palm trees with multiple heads. Yeah, that, I can tell you the areca does that. The areca palm certainly has that tendency to grow an offshoot from the main trunk, which is very weird in my opinion for a palm tree. Really cool. These fishtail palms, old reliable. Got to admire when people keep, you know, the fishtail palm never looks like this unless you care for it consistently. And you don't need to look very long to see that whoever lives here knows what's up. They've kept all the shoots down which are constantly coming. Oh, it looks like it's got seeds there. And they've trimmed the palm fronds right up close to the trunk to get that beautiful look. And now they've actually got that's a great way to grow it. They've got a shade canopy created from the fishtail palms. And that's, for me, a better scenario than just having them in a massive clump. Because you get to see these branches. It's almost like, I always say it's almost like a foxtail. Oh, with the lightning, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, my buddy Dave has one that got struck by lightning, a foxtail, and it bent over. And then kept growing again. Yeah, the mutation by lightning strike. Like how most of our favorite superheroes were created. Beautiful. Really beautiful. Yep, they've been doing some work keeping this old fishtail palm. This is a great example, actually. This one makes me want to get a fishtail palm. Wow. Growing right up into this old growth oak. Fantastic. What a great example of how to grow these things. Oh, well, that's cool. Okay, we have a old sable palm that may or may not be living. You can see this grown up here and out. And then completely encasing it is this strangler fig. Look at that. That is a tree which has grown over a tree. Wow, that's so weird. See, there's a really big part of it that's just growing up, supported by the top part of this. What do you know? That's the strangler fig they warned you about. I think I'll go up this way. Classic bird of paradise. They really get big. Another one that if you trim it, keep it looking nice. More of the fishtail. Stone wall. Really loving all these banana clumps. This is the way we came in, so we've already seen this one, but oh, that's cool. I hadn't thought of that, using the power of strangler fig to make almost organic art. That's a really appealing idea to me, actually. I know they do that with bamboos. And I might actually walk into the, so-called city part. It's a pretty sleepy city, so I wouldn't hold your breath. But yeah, they'll put square forms around bamboo shoots to make them grow into the shape of a square, so you have square bamboo. I think I saw they were doing that in Thailand to make furniture, and you can also get them to grow into these pipe shapes to have it be curvy, and then when it cures, it'll be in the shape. I've heard of bamboo that way, but I never considered doing it with, and I haven't done it, but I thought that was a cool idea. I haven't thought of doing it with a strangler fig. Maybe I'll grow some that way. That would be kind of cool to grow it with like a square trunk, or force it into a weird shape. Oh yeah, it looks like this oak tree paid the price at one point. Let's go this way. got to tie this shoe. Okay, we're back. Looks like we got the police up here. It's interesting. You kind of never know what you're getting into when you just walk through somebody else's neighborhood. But I think I'll let them keep doing their business. Oh, yes. More Eureka's. The classic front yard mangoes. The coconut trees. Oh, there's a nice old growth loquat. Love the loquat. That's a great grower for northern Florida. It'll grow well here too, of course, but it's one of those trees that can take a little bit of cold weather. Bambusa multiplex. Grown as the privacy barrier. And it's working. Good pick because it's such a straight up and down grower. Oh yeah, Sansevieria, aka mother-in-law's tongue. Snake plant. It's a classic. Hey, Garden of Twitty. I like the name. Okay. Once again, the shoe has become untied. I'm going to tie it. Okay, always a good idea to tie your shoes before you cross the street, right? A lot of blind spots here. All right, there you go, astronaut. Moved to St. Augustine recently. Demos. And you had a papaya and mango. Excellent choices, by the way. Your Kawano is going to flower soon. Nice. Sleepy little town. I think this was a nursery at one point. Oh, stoked you like the vids, Garden of Twitty. Yeah, I hope I can be helpful. Yes, I am currently not beachside. I'm currently landside. Yep, I am walking around in the sleepy little city of Ugali, Florida. Here's a train off in the distance. There's a train track right about over on that side of the street. I'm about to get onto Avocado Ave. Scott Marshall from Ugali. Nice. Your hometown, still holding it down. Yeah, I'm actually getting ready to turn onto Avocado Street right off of Ugali Boulevard. Yeah, they have done a decent job cleaning it up. There's actually a microbrewery up here. And hey, LaFrance, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Scott Marshall. Oh, yeah, you got to have a microbrewery. Yeah, the pier by the library by Squid Lips. Yep, right down the street here, not far. Here's the brewery, Intra-Coastal Brewing Company. They have one of the coolest murals. I'm gonna stay on this side of the street just because it's shady. Look at that, giant pots with the Eureka out front. It's been 10 years since you've been to Florida. Yeah, well, there are plenty of people showing up. I've never seen more out-of-state plates. I've lived in Florida for 25 years or so. Oh yeah, okay, Scott, I will definitely show the shark mural off. I do want to cross the street to show this mural as well. Shout out to Soden, the artist. Look at that. Nice. Yeah, winter's a good time to visit. That's for sure. Sounds like they're hard at work making beer. Make the beer. EAU, as in oo, or aw. Gallie, Gallie, is how you spell it. Just answering the question. Sure thing, man. Yeah, a lot of mural art here, which I love. I've never actually stopped and admired this stuff. Interesting. Hands. Yep. Causeway is right down the hill. Interesting. Skateboards, vinyl records, tattoos, and haircuts. Everything you need. This, for me, is the downtown-ish kind of area of Ugali. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, man, I'm stoked to do this kind of stuff. It gives me the good excuse to go just walk around and put a little novelty into the equation. Try not to get hit by a car. Alley Square. Lots of civic areas. Let's see if it says anything interesting. Acquired in 2003. Nice. What do we have here? I'm afraid I do not know. Oh, that's cool. I had no idea. There's a little amphitheater right here. Yeah, the art museum. There's that art gallery right there. But then there's that Fusner Museum. It's not far from here. Yeah, and they recently put in a new restaurant, this Pineapples place. I haven't been there. Oh, Damos, yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate the encouragement a lot. I enjoy doing this stuff, so when you give me feedback like that, it just makes me so happy that I have helped anybody with anything, really. It's a pretty cool achievement. It's the highest compliment in my book, so I'm stoked you like it. Yeah, I almost am guilty of creating too much content and a lot of goofy content. I went on a so I've got these chickens and the bunnies, and we're just all crazy about these little fuzz angels. And anyway, so last week I started making bunny and chick videos and found that before I knew it, I had posted 14 shorts on YouTube. But many of them actually were pretty popular. It was weird. I didn't think they would be, but yeah, I just try to show like, here's what you can get going. And it's homeowners associations that restrict chickens seem to be violating basic principles. But then again, I get the idea of having rules. The rule in my city is you cannot have a rooster. You cannot take the chickens for meat. Other than that, you can have chickens. There it is, the new spot. But the reason I walked way down here is to give the perspective on the great white shark. There. There's the great white shark. Got blocked a little bit by this building. But what a perfect spot overlooking the river. We'll have to go check that out at some point. Let's walk down this way. Really cool flower. Love the use of grass like that. It's pretty cool. Ah, another bamboo. Yep. I believe that is. Let's see. I don't know. That might be Alphonse's car. I wanted to say it was Bambusa vulgaris vitata, the Hawaiian stripe, but too hard to see. I don't want to peer in. Oh, we found a gem. We found a gem. They haven't outlawed moringa trees yet. Look at this. Drumstick tree, moringa tree. Oh, we've got somebody who's growing food back here. I think I can hear the chickens chirping. Look at those drumsticks. Moringa tree, full of flowers. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at how skinny these drumsticks are when they first happen, and then they grow into these larger drumsticks. Very cool. Love to see the edibles. And of course, you see one edible, you see more. This beautiful mulberry tree. Lady. Oh, look at that car. Not bad, not bad. Well, while we're walking around, why not just cross the street and go out on the pier? What's stopping us? So, about time to make a plan for the day. Make a plan for the day. Dream, imagine, inspire, create. Oh, that's killer. What an awesome mosaic. Oh, look at this. Look, the whole point of this podcast was to get to this moment. Is that a brass turtle? Dude, that's a brass turtle pasted onto a wall. This is officially my favorite mural on Earth. I know there's more murals with more fancy moments, but your mural does not have an awesome mango in it, does it? No, is that a mango? That's fruit. That is fruit. Hey, holy moly. What do we have here, folks? I can't believe it. It's a carambola fruit. And grapes. Okay. Fruitfulness imbued into the theme of this mural. Oh, let's give a little credit where credit is due. The Wave was recreated and enhanced. Its original artist, Reg Wybush, working with lots of volunteers. Pretty cool. Art. All right, since we've got Ogali locals on the stream, there's no way we can. There's no way we can avoid going out onto the pier. There it is. Now, you know, quite literally, there is nothing stopping me from swimming to the other side of this river. Something I've always wanted to do.
Hey, you know the spot at in Merritt Island where Lance talk about what the crabs are?
Some glass minnows down there. The lagoon. Let me know if this wind is bothering the mic much. The lagoon. Yeah, it never gets old. It does. It just never gets old. You're totally right, Scott. I've never, I've never been near the Indian River Lagoon and thought, this sucks. And to me, my sister has a saying, which is if it's not a hell yeah, it's a hell no. You know, like, I kind of like that idea, but there are the things that are the absolutely the hell yes. You know, I mean, you just don't need to think about it. Hell yeah. This is one of those. Looking beautiful. And really not a lot of crowd. Yeah. I tend to get very philosophical, so I try to not philosophy barf all over these streams, even though it is my tendency to do so. But I certainly could in moments like these. So I just try to keep it simple. And the thought is, do what benefits you. That is how you can be selfishly unselfish, in my opinion. The only way I consider for myself that I can help others is to be strong enough to be able to help them. And to do that, I have to look after me enough. Because if I'm ineffective or warped in some way, that's probably not going to happen. Nice little park here. Some of these old growth. Oh, that's kind of cool. See up in this tree here, the Schefflera? Found a little cut. Found a little cut in that tree and grew out of it. Wow. I think we'll walk around the back here. Oh, that's really cool. Look at this. These super long branches. So long that they've trellised them. They have these support structures, really cool looking support structure too. It's clever. That's clever. PVC over a piece of regular plumbing pipe, cast iron pipe, put through some 6x6s. Wow. You wonder what this thing does during a major wind event, you know, creaking on these supports. Yeah, you gotta kind of love that they did the work to maintain this old girl here. That is a lot of living creature, living plant. The oak tree, thousands and thousands of pounds. Do not pass anytime. Oh, look at that. Wow, that's really cool. I love the architecture around here. You know, beachside communities, it's really the neighborhood I live in, it's all cookie cutter houses basically built back in the 60s. So to come and see the interesting architecture, even though it's just not that far away. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, I want to be careful how far I walk. That's right. Yeah, by the way, Scott already encountered a few little sketchy scenarios. Certainly. Look at this. Mango tree? No. Oh, maybe. Yeah, I think that is a mango tree, actually. Is there a mango tree here somewhere? No, maybe it just was the old spit mango pit. But yeah, since I've been in this area, I did already count 3 cop cars with cops sitting in them. Yeah, hey. You know what Axl Rose says? I don't know what Axl Rose says. Be careful, something like that. Be careful and have your shoes laced up ready to run. Maybe you're running straight at it though. All right, let's turn left. You know what's interesting is I was listening to podcasts with this guy, Andrew Huberman, who's a really interesting neuroscientist. He's actually on the Lex Friedman podcast quite a bit. He's been on Joe Rogan. He's been on a bunch. But he studies fear in people, but also the mechanisms in the human brain that come into play. And they simulate fear. They create fear simulations. The alleyway. But one of the simulations they created was free diving, open ocean free diving with gigantic great white sharks, these over 20-foot long sharks. And they got the simulation from actually going and videotaping it with these free divers to do this. And yeah, take the next left, not right. That's right. That's right. Free diving with sharks. And what he realized was that what the free divers do is when the shark turns and starts to swim at them, they swim directly at the shark. And the shark turns away. And the idea was that this is a part of the way brains work, that, prey doesn't move at the predator, so they automatically discount you as prey. Oh, look at that little house. Interesting. Hey, good morning. Yeah. So, I'll tell you, I lived in large cities for quite some time. I lived in New York City and Boston. And in fact, in Boston, where I lived, was a very dangerous area called Mission Hill, which at the time of living there had the highest murder rate in all of Massachusetts, which is quite an achievement. And it was very, very, very dangerous. And the only way we really avoided some bad scenario there was to travel in large numbers. But you felt like a prey as soon as you got on the street. But I don't have that feeling here in comparison. But I'm still always aware, having lived in large cities, I'm aware of some scenarios that play out that are unfortunate. So, but you're right. Part of the deal is just don't put yourself into the situation. Yeah, that's right. That's right, little France. You can only live a laid-back tropical beach lifestyle. That's exactly how I feel too. Yeah, there's a bumper sticker which people like to put on their cars around here that says, your beachside, slow down. Yeah, what's the rush? You're already in the place that you want to be. And it doesn't take far to find a place like this. This is a nice vantage point. This is one of the few places where you have actually a little bit of elevation. You can see that causeway in the distance. Library, we're up on the hill here. The Arts District, the EYBY Arts District. Looks like they're trying to make something happen here. Well, interesting. Whiskey, beer, and Christmas. Okay, well, what do you know? Chinese fan palms. Here. Love that sound. You know, it's interesting, the bamboo made it a very interesting sound. In the yard, it clacks. If you've ever grown big stands of bamboo, they clack and squeak and make these cool sounds. And the sound of the bamboo leaves is very unique in that it's got silica in the leaves, so which is actually like you could think of it like a glass. So the sound it makes is very interesting, very soothing. I think it's similar with the palm trees. Look at that, Chinese fan palm. Plenty of seeds. Now when I start growing the palms from seed thing that I'm going to get going here shortly this year, I think the key is keeping good records. Now I tried to buy those little white inserts to put in the pots and write on them with a Sharpie, but I find the Sharpie fades off of those little white plastic sticks. So I've got to come up with some kind of system where I can keep accurate records. You know, a farmer, not that I'm a farmer, but I try to copy them. They're effective techniques. A farmer keeps careful records, you know, of course, because they know they can't keep track of it. Scott, yeah, what kind of palms am I going to grow? Well, the Chinese fan palm that we just saw is definitely one of them, because I'd like to have some low understory palms in my yard, things that will do well in shades. So that's one of them. There's the, what is it now? I can't remember the name of it. My buddy Dave had one that he showed me. It's like it grows very low to the ground. It almost looks like a spiraling palm frond, single palm frond until it gets to a certain height. I forget the name of it. Anyway, I'll have to figure out what the name is, but I'm gonna get one of those. And I definitely have curiosity in, like I said, those smaller understory palms, because I've got that chicken area now in the back corner of my yard, and I'd like to add some more palms there. Those little hens love to get underneath the shade of anything like that. Oh, European fan palm. Yeah, that could be one. Absolutely. There's such a universe of palms available that oh good. I'm not exactly sure. Wood-fired pizza. FM pizza oven. I really had to get over here and check these spots out. So hey, I might make another video or two today in the backyard, a few ideas, and I'm actually, after this, I'm going to release my first 100% phone created video, which is really cool. This new phone I have is like totally capable of producing awesome videos now, and I'm hoping the quality of these live streams are a lot better now with this new phone. So thanks for watching. Eat your backyard. If you like these kinds of videos, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, anything you found interesting, anything you have to add, and that always makes it a lot more fun. Give me a thumbs up if you like these kinds of videos. That helps me know to keep doing this kind. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Okay, yeah, and it's not all cell phone created.